Let's look at factors affecting friction. One is that surface roughness. Surface roughness tells us that rougher surfaces have higher friction due to more interlocking between surfaces. If you have a surface like this and a surface like this, then obviously you'll have high friction here and you'll have a low friction there. And here the value of nu, the coefficient of friction, will be high, and here the coefficient of friction nu will be low. Material type: different materials have different coefficients of friction. For example, rubber and maybe steel. You'll find that rubber has a high coefficient of friction and steel has a smaller coefficient of friction. Then the normal force. This increased normal force results in a higher frictional force, and this normal force depends on weight of the body. Because we said action and reaction are equal but opposite. If a body is seated on the ground and has weight W, then usually at equilibrium, this weight W is equal to the normal reaction. This is the action of this body over the surface, and then this is the reaction of the surface on the body. So the body rests on the surface and acts on the surface with this weight W, but the surface, which can be the ground, which can be the table, acts on this body. And when it acts on this body, we call it a reaction. The reaction with which the surface is reacting on the body is what we are calling reaction. In other words, it is trying to, as this body is trying to push on top of the table is trying to push the object above. And at equilibrium, that's why you'll never see any motion, that the body, the object has moved up or has moved down, because these two forces are equal. So that is the normal reaction. The weight of the body produces the normal reaction. Then lubrication: if there is any lubrication, it reduces friction by creating a thin layer of fluid between surfaces, reducing the contact. You can look at the friction in, for example, bearings. If a bearing has been lubricated and a bearing has not been lubricated, those two are different. You will find there is a lot of noise coming from the one which is not lubricated, and the other one, which is lubricated, is having a cooler and silent operation. So these four factors are very important: surface roughness, material type, normal reaction, and lubrication. Then friction is crucial in everyday life, providing the necessary force for walking. Okay, if they ask you the functions of friction for driving and many other activities. Of course, if there wasn't the friction between your pen and the paper, then you wouldn't be able to write. So friction also helps us to write, okay, helps us to drive, helps us to walk, helps bicycles to move. However, it can also cause wear and energy loss, making it an important factor in mechanical design and material selection. For example, if you are looking at the moving components of a machine, you must look at friction also. You must look at ways at which you can minimize friction, because it can cause wear and tear and also reduce the energy and therefore efficiency of the system. And that's why you always find, because of this efficiency of a machine, mechanical advantage of a machine, and many other that relates with efficiency, because of friction, efficiency is always less than 100%. So there could be other factors, but also friction is one of them, because the more It is there in the moving parts. It causes wear. It causes energy loss. It can even result into breakdown of the machine, and therefore it is an important component in mechanical or machine design and material selection. So having looked at that,